What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Future Proofing You Book Club. This is chapter 14, titled Fulfilling the Need for Profitable Sustainability. The quote of this chapter is, "Only when the last tree has died, and the last river has been poisoned, and the last fish has been caught, will we realize that we cannot eat money." Chief Seattle, leader of the Squamish and Duwamish people. Now the story talks about, this chapter that's about sustainability. That's pretty much what it is, and how that is now a need, and how that is now a focus of the people of today. Not all, but some. And the reason why is because it talks about how the world has shifted to get us to understand that we might not live forever if we don't finally decide that it's not all about money anymore. It's about value. Value to the people and value to the world, giving us a longer lasting life in this world. So this story was about how Black Friday is viewed as this is when retail annual sales are 20%, right? It's 20% of their annual sales. And throughout this whenever retail's getting ready for Black Friday, Patagonia, sent a full-page advertisement with massive headlines saying, "Don't buy this jacket." And in that article, it talked about all the reasons why you shouldn't buy the jacket, how much water it costs to make that jacket, even though it's renewed sources, recycled sources, how much it goes into that process. And it's really pushing people not to buy this jacket, which benefited, right? Benefited this company because people saw like, wow, this company really cared about the environment. I'm gonna buy more. And they bought more. But at the same time, the one that had a jacket thought about, you know what, let me hold on to this. And they even set up an area for them to recycle, right? Recycle their own jackets, and they took them. Patagonia took them. Now, the R2 jacket in the ad, one of Patagonia's best sellers, uses 135 liters of water to be produced, the equivalent of 3 glasses a day for 45 people. Its production generates 20 pounds of carbon dioxide and creates 2/3 its weight in waste. By educating their customers and hopefully all the readers of the New York Times that day on the true cost of consumerism, Patagonia launched the Common Threads initiative, which encourages all consumers to reduce, repair, reuse, recycle, and reimagine. So it added that extra R. It goes into saying, human activity is killing the life of this planet. Dozens of planets and animal species go extinct every day. By 2050, between 1/3 and half of all species of Earth will have vanished. Unfortunately for many businesses, the more companies make consumers aware of their impact on the environment, the more corporations get blamed for society's failures. However, the root of the problem isn't the corporations and their executives or evil villains determined to destroy our planet, but rather that our current measurement of success, both corporate and personal, is outdated and out of touch with ecologistical realities. Now, another topic this chapter goes about is sustainable capitalism, which talks about multiple companies and how they change, right? They changed from their old ways into new ways on how that was going to help the planet. It even talked about Walmart's low-wage employees who don't even earn enough money to survive, which costs taxpayers more than $6.2 billion a year in public assistance such as food stamps and Medicaid. And Walmart isn't just one, but it's many of the growing trends of having taxpayers subsidize corporate workforces. America's fast food companies have quietly outsourced a significant chunk of their labor costs to the taxpayer, with more than half of the industry's 3.6 million low-wage workers on public assistance at a cost of $7 billion each year. Hello? these companies are profiting off of what we eat, what we buy from them to eat because we're hungry, but because of their low wage and salary, it's even costing us a little bit more from our taxes because that goes into assistance for the public assistance. The solution to this systemic societal problem is perhaps the biggest void or problem that smart entrepreneurs and corporations need to address. Companies must move beyond the attention-getting public relations focus but low-impact corporate social responsibility program of today. The next generation of sustainable companies need to evolve their business practices to ones of shared values. Shared value companies understand the need to generate the right kind of profits that enhance society, not diminish it. Another topic this chapter talks about is the purpose-driven profit, which gives an example of Burger King, who knew that greenhouse emissions come from cattle flatulence, aka cow farts. But knowing this, Burger King began adding 100 grams of lemongrass to cow's diet, which reduced the methane emissions from cattle by 33%. A small action with such a huge global impact, but not only that, it even profited Burger King. Now, what talks about sustainable capitalism isn't driven by marketing needs or charity, but rises from a deeper understanding of what true value creation can be. Sustainable capitalism, powered by a range of new technologies, is fueling innovation across virtually all sections of businesses. Consumers are expecting societal and economic costs be thought of its corporations are to be maximizing true profits. Another company known as Greenfield Robotics is making it easier for farmers to, instead of using poisonous herbicides for weed control, it uses robots that goes after row by row of each crop to take out the weeds without having to produce more harmful products into the environment. And this, their motto is healthy people, healthy planet. But this itself not only saves the farmer time and money, but it's also protecting our world, protecting how we now could live in the future. Or it also talks about similarly reimagining or transforming drugstores into medical clinics to provide end-to-end solutions for customers' health. CVS, with nearly 10,000 retail locations, introduced Minute Clinics, where nurse practitioners and physicians' assistants can perform health screenings, provide wellness services, as well as diagnose and treat minor health conditions. And so it's also going to go into another topic called the sharing economy, which is an important topic. So it talks about the sharing economy is another great example of how corporate values, sustainability, and technology are fueling innovation. So why? Here's why. What all these new companies have in common is using technology to reduce or reuse our impact on the environment. And how, you ask? Well, Rover is a company which connects pet owners with dog sitters, walkers, and doggy daycare providers. Similarly, Sitter Cities, another company, offers a caregiver service for kids instead of critters. Reviews and background checks assure the more than 7 million parents using Sitter City that the little ones are in good hands. Another one is Just Park, an innovative parking space sharing company that connects people not using their home or apartment parking space with commuters in congested cities frustrated by limited or costly parking. Even another company called TaskRabbit, which helps you find local experienced laborers. Ghost Kitchens, it talks about the concept is so popular that in turn, virtual restaurants such as Cauliflower Pizza, Ginger Bowls, Crispy Rice, Plant Nation, and Fuck Gluten that actually have no retail locations at all. They use ghost kitchens, which are shared spaces in lower rent areas built just for delivery-only food preparations. So a startup called Cloud Kitchens are going to help incubate more ghost kitchens. More than 4,500 virtual brands now exist and are reshaping America's $863 billion restaurant industry. So it's talking about reusing, recycling, reuse, recycling. But when it comes to reuse, it doesn't just talk about like donating clothes or reusing that same product or reusing that same bottle, but it goes into actual things like buildings, like automobiles, like parking spaces. So instead of getting more people to build parking centers, well, there's an app that says, hey, this house across the street is willing to let you borrow their driveway. This is how much they're charging. And if a person's even nice enough, be like, yo, $1 just parked there just to use up my driveway. But it's just, how do you reuse so you don't have to harm the environment again? And I talked about how the people of the past didn't care about the future, but the people of now more care more about the value we give to our world because we care about what we're going to live in. So if you want to be successful in thinking about coming up with a company, think about sustainability. So how? 4 questions for creating sustainability. What beliefs are core to your company? Number 2, what is your value proposition? Number 3, how do you measure success? Number 4, how do your sustainability goals compare to the rest of the industry? And that's it. So ask yourself these questions and ask yourself, what are you going to do differently that's not just focus on profit, but focus on providing value to not just your company, to not just your employees, but to the entire world, to your consumers, and to that beyond. Because a great company whose values are high and there are going to prove to you that not only do they care about the worth of you, the worth of themselves, but the worth of everything in general. And for the last note of this experiment, Vin, working every single day and night is unsustainable. After 12 arduous months, Vin really needed a break. Having surpassed his $1 million goal in month 11, Vin stopped hustling for new business and spent his free time planning out his well-deserved year of traveling the globe. He booked feature-speaking gigs in Slovenia, Denver, and Italy. He finished up ongoing work for existing clients and even went clothes shopping for the first time in 12 months. This final month's revenue tallied $35,729, bringing his yearly total to $1,069,531. And our future-proofing you experiment came to an end. So for Vin, it wasn't easy. It wasn't as easy as 1, 2, 3, as the ABCs, but it took a lot of hustling, took a lot of courage, and took a lot of sacrifice. In these 14 chapters, it's the 15th one, but these 14 chapters literally helped Vin step by step get to where he is, to where he ended up. And if you follow these exact steps, or close to these exact steps, then you have the opportunity to become a millionaire. And as you read there, it took a lot of time. It took a lot of time away from his family. It took a lot of time from him, leisure time, from buying things. Like, it literally took consistency and discipline. And that led him to make his first $1 million. And though like his road wasn't easy, he stuck to it. And he found multiple ways to make it happen. There's a chapter 15, it's called Pay It Forward. That'll be on the next chapter. But that was it of chapter 14. So like this video, subscribe to this book club, and click the link below or in the description to buy your book. And that's about it. Thank you for watching this video.